Hello, everyone. Welcome back. All right. In our last class, the previous classes we have had recently on functions, we have been talking about functions. And in today's class and in the next few classes, we'll be talking of how to write good functions. Now, I mentioned in the last class that functions are so important that we need to pay close attention to it. Okay, almost everything, our program is composed of functions. Even the libraries, the other libraries or packages that we import into our program, they are all composed of functions, and we can't do without functions. So you knowing how to write good function is actually a good thing. So now in today's class, we'll be talking about how to write good functions, and one of them we'll be treating is avoiding functions that have side effects. Okay, so basically what it means is that we should try as much as possible to write pure functions. Now, what is a pure function? A pure function, or a function that doesn't have side effect, is a function that doesn't affect the outside world. You know, every function has its scope, all right? So we should make sure, I'm not saying, or it is not, this is just a recommendation, but it doesn't mean that we don't write functions that have side effects, or we don't write impure functions. Some of the functions that we write will be impure functions. That means they will affect the outside world. That means they will affect the input you give them. Okay, but basically, we are expected to maximize the pure functions that we write. We should prefer writing pure functions, okay, unless for some reasons we need to affect the input, then we can now go with the impure function. So let me start with an example. Okay, I will have to delete all this. Okay, and I'm going to I will write a function that has side effects. Okay, function with side effect. Now, something like this, okay? Void say hello. I believe you understand exactly what I'm doing. We have discussed function in details, okay? So if I am to say print hello, all right, you can see right here, we are actually printing hello, okay? That means when we call this function, it is somehow affecting the main function, because if I run this code now, it will print out hello. Now, this can be the simplest of the examples I can give here, all right? So, but if you want to change this function to be, a pure function, I can just do this. I will return a string. I will return a string and say hello. All right. And I will just return hello. And if you look at this code now, oh, sorry, I have already defined this. Let me call it 2. Now, if you look at this, say hello 2, all right, it is returning something to us. Now, it is not left for the outside world. You know what I mean outside world? I mean outside the scope of the function, whoever is calling the function. It's not left for them to do whatever they want to do with it. So I am not polluting. Let me use that word. I'm not polluting the environment. When I call say hello, all right, I am polluting the environment. But here, when they say hello to, I am not polluting the environment. I'm actually returning something to whoever that is calling. They cannot do with it whatever they want to. Okay, so that is how it is. So if you look at these two functions, one is polluting the environment, the other one is not. The second one, I'm just returning hello. I am returning something. So basically, pure functions do not affect their environment. I don't know how best to put this, but look at it this way. Pure functions, they don't have side effects. Okay, they don't affect their environment. They don't change their inputs. Okay, whenever you whenever, if you like now, if I call say hello to, I will always it will always return hello to me. Okay, so in case you do not get this thing very well, okay, you can read up pure functions, especially in that programming language. You can also chat me up. I can also send you the PDF of the textbook I'm using. Okay, you can also read it up. But basically, pure functions do not affect, okay, they don't have side effects. You know, when you take a drug, of course, your drugs will have side effects, but it doesn't mean that all side effects are bad. Some side effects are also good, but basically it is recommended. It is not compulsory. They are not forcing you to do this. It is recommended that you make your functions as much as possible to be pure functions. But of course, a function like this, okay, now a function like this, void sum, okay, and I'm taking int A and int B, and I want to sum them, okay. If I say return, if I just if I make any changes here, okay, all right, this is a good example here. This is a good example. If for any reasons I change the value of A, if for any reasons I change the value of A, okay, let's say I do this, okay, let's say I'm returning the sum of these two numbers, okay. Now, if I return A plus B, all right, this is a pure function. This is a pure function because it is not in any way affecting the inputs. Remember, these inputs, they will come as arguments from the caller, okay, from the calling environment. So I am not supposed to change them. I am not supposed to have any side effect on these inputs. But if I go and if I do something like this, if I do something like this, if I do something like this, even if I'm going to return sum 2, okay, and I have int A and int B, remember in your functions, okay, although I'm not practicing it here, but I have to just make it, bring it to your attention. Remember to always use name parameters. Okay, watch previous videos for you to see the tutorial on name parameters. But this is just an example. I'm just being fast and doing it very quickly. So always use name parameters in your functions. It is easier for the caller. All right. So if I say return, A plus plus B plus plus, okay, somehow here you can see I am changing the value of A and B here. So this is not a pure function. It has a side effect on the input. Okay, I think this is a better example than the first one. All right, now here I am just returning A plus B. So whoever gave me this input, their input remains intact. But when I do sum 2, when I call sum 2, and I am here in the sum 2, I'm changing the value. I am adding 1 to the two inputs, the two parameters. So it's right here, this is a side effect, right? There is a side effect in this function. Okay, so this is an impure function. The sum 1 is a pure function. The sum 2 is not a pure function. Okay, so that is it. Now let me show you what this thing looks like. Okay, if I am to call sum here, let me declare these two variables. I'll say int A equal to 1, int B equal to 1, all right? And I call sum. I call sum and A and B. Now, basically, I don't want to use the return value. So I'm not storing it, but I just want to use that function. And then let me print, I will print A. And I will also print B for you to see the side effect. This sum2. Okay, that is even sum2. I have to change it. For you to see the side effect of sum2. Okay, first of all, let me use sum1 first. Then I will run this program. I'm using sum1, the first function that, this is a pure function. All right. It doesn't have any side effects. Okay. Now, if I run this code now, I get 1 and 1. Okay. So it's because you can see in my debug console here, okay, it printed 1 2 times. Let me make this thing let me make it more readable for you, please. I will say A is equal to, I want you to see this thing very well. I want you to understand what the point I'm trying to make here. I will say B equal to, all right. So if I run this code again, you can see that both of them are still 1 1. In as much as I use the variables in my sum method, it didn't change their values. But if I try to use sum2, okay, this is an impure function right now. It does have, sorry, it was in the first, it was supposed to be does not have, but this one, it does have side effects. Okay. All right. So this one has side effects. So if I run this code now, I'm expecting A to be 2, B. Okay. So no. Sorry about that. I'll have to, let me change my code. Sorry. Let me change my code. This should come, the plus should come before. I believe we treated this. I believe we treated this plus in our previous classes. So in case you don't understand, just let me know so that we can talk about it again. If you don't understand what the prefix and the suffix plus, what it does, just let me know in the comment section or you chat me up. Okay, for some reasons, this is not really giving me what I want. It is not giving me what I want. Okay, it's not really giving me what I want. But the point I'm trying to make here is that whenever, okay, let me use, let me do this. Okay, I want to show you how this thing can have side effects. So I change my function so that there will be plus 1 will be added to A. Okay, so for some reasons, this is not working. And the reason is because, sorry, I am dragging you into this, but the reason is because what we call value types and reference types, okay? And I wouldn't want to go into detail so that I don't confuse you more. But I was trying to, okay, I think I should just do this. A plus equal to 2. So right now I'm going to I'm modifying it now. So the previous ones I was using wasn't giving me what I want. Oh, sorry, this is the return type. Sorry. Oh, this is really dragging us to something that might confuse you. But sorry about this. I will have to just make this thing. I have to correct this, please. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is that I'm trying to make a change to this the parameter, but I am returning something. If I have used if I have used the return type here, okay. If I have assigned A to the return type, this might be confusing, but please, okay, you can see here I have actually modified, but that is not, it wasn't giving me exactly what I wanted to show you here. But basically, in your code, don't allow, try to write pure functions. Don't allow impure functions. Don't modify, don't, I don't know how to make this so that you don't get confused, but I think I'm already confusing you already. But the point here is this: always write pure functions. Pure functions don't have side effects. They don't affect or they don't change the input values, okay? For some reasons, my examples here weren't coming well, okay? But, or you can, I believe you can understand this, but in case you do not, please make a comment in the comment section, or you can chat me up and I can explain more, okay? So I will have to stop this video here, and we'll talk, in the next topic, we'll be talking about, we'll still continue with writing good functions, okay? So I'll see you in the next class.